Sure, you can use a pre-made barbecue sauce. I do that all the time. Sometimes I will even modify those, kick it up a bit. But today I'm going to show you how to make your own barbecue sauce to control whatever flavors you want. Now I'm going to be making a fairly large batch today, but if you don't want to make this much, you can just cut the amount of ingredients down. So we're going to start with 2.5 cups of ketchup. And everything's just going in my pan right here on my induction burner. To this we're going to add 16 ounces of apple juice, 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, 10 ounces of molasses, 1.5 cups of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, not cracked black pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of granulated garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now at this point we could just go straight on with this, simmer it, and you'd have a barbecue sauce. But there are 2 other flavors that I'm going to add to this. First though, I want to mix this up a bit. Just want to try and get these ingredients incorporated a bit before we add those final 2 ingredients. We're not going to mix this fully here. We're just trying to get that ketchup broken down and everything playing nice together. To this, we're now going to add 8 ounces of honey. Our final ingredient is about 3 ounces of maple syrup. I'm using a ghost maple syrup here because I want a little bit of heat in this. You could just use regular maple syrup, no problem. And we're going to stir this again, just to start to get that honey and that maple syrup incorporated. Now, we're going to get our burner going, get this up to a simmer. All right, while we're coming up to the simmer here, you want to make sure you stir this, whisk this, whether you're using a whisk or a wooden spoon, because there's a lot of sugar in here and we don't want it to burn. It's got a nice velvety texture to it with those little specks of the red pepper flakes. This is good stuff. And adjust your temperature to keep it on a low simmer. All right, we're going to let this go for about 15 or 20 minutes. It's going to reduce slightly. It's going to kind of all come together. And then we're going to let it cool completely until we have a taste of it later. All right, our barbecue sauce has cooled off. It's been in the refrigerator for a couple hours. I've put some in a few jars. And now I'm going to put a little bit on some slices of some roast chicken that I made. Just want to do a nice drizzle on here. This is the perfect delivery vehicle for this barbecue sauce, so it's time to taste. All right, so let's give a taste to this honey maple barbecue sauce. Oh, that was really good. Nice sweetness, nice bit of tang from that apple cider vinegar in there, little tiny bit of heat from the ghost maple syrup. And as I said, you don't have to use ghost maple syrup in this. In fact, you don't have to use maple syrup at all. You don't have to use honey at all. The point of this video is to show you that you can start with a base barbecue sauce and really just turn it into something that you like. You can experiment with it, try other flavors, try different juices, try cranberry juice, anything like that. That's the fun part of this. As long as you get a good base in there, you can really tweak it to your own liking. And this sort of sauce is good on just about anything: chicken, ribs, beef if you like barbecue sauce on beef, and sometimes I do, hamburgers, anything you want. It's great to dip French fries in. And remember, if you're making it yourself, you're controlling what goes into it and you're controlling the flavors that come out of it. So if you've never made your own barbecue sauce before, give it a try. It's not only a great way to get those flavors that you want, it's actually fun to know that you can make these sort of things yourself, impress your guests, impress your family, and have a terrific product in your refrigerator.